Estuary News today, all the latest news headlines and sport, plus a review of the week's regional papers with my guest Jo Wood of Doggy Dilemmas. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Friday's programme with me, Luke Adams. First this afternoon, a £7 million social housing project is now underway in Grimsby. It consists of 70 units following the demolition of 100 properties on Guildford Street. It will see the creation of affordable, sustainable houses in the town. It's a joint investment by North East Lincolnshire Council, Longhairs Group and the Homes and Communities Agency. The works are expected to be completed by March. Lincolnshire Police has welcomed 2 new quad bikes into its ranks. The bikes will be deployed across the county to respond to rural crimes and hare coursing. The new vehicles are just one part of a coordinated crackdown on countryside crimes, which will see police drones, night vision goggles and dog chipping detectors put to use. A charity fundraiser is taking place in Hull this weekend. The event is to raise money for the installation of Wi-Fi at the Queen's Centre for Oncology and Haematology in Cottingham. The campaign's been set up by Terry Garnett, who lost his wife to pancreatic cancer early this year and was treated at the centre. It has poor Wi-Fi connectivity. The campaign's already raised over £10,000. The fundraising event will be held at the Clarendon pub on Lonsborough Street in Hull on Monday from noon. Now, time to have a look through the week's papers with my guest, the lovely Jo Wood of Doggy Dilemmas. Good afternoon, Jo. Welcome back.
Nice
Lovely
to
see you. Thank you very much. And thank you for being my guest this
That's
Friday
great.
afternoon.
You're welcome.
Doggy Dilemmas, that's the name of your
Yes.
company, which I believe is
is.
an animal behaviourist, well, canine behaviourist.
Canine behaviourist, yes. I don't do
company.
cats. Yes, dogs. Yeah,
Specifically
dog
focusing
behaviour.
on dogs. So as well as your fabulous work in making sure our canine friends are well behaved, you released your own autobiography in 2012, I believe.
That's right, yes, I did. I'll do here's one I prepared earlier.
Yes. Like we do, yes. Well,
Blue Peter, Doggy Dilemmas by Jo Wood. Yes, this is my book. It tells the story of how I got into dog psychology and the cases that I've dealt with, some of them, and gives people a lot of tips about how to get their dogs in order, really, and to deal with problems that they have. So it gets very nice reviews. I'm very pleased with it, and it's quite cathartic to get your story out there.
And did you find it quite a cathartic experience actually putting
Definitely,
and
yeah, and it pretty much wrote itself because the stories was all there, you know, so it was really good fun to do. So I've enjoyed that very much.
Before we move on to the papers, just tell me a funny story.
A funny
from
story.
The book.
Let me think. Oh, right, okay then. Let me see. I had one where I had a lady who, lovely bless her, she had this little terrier that was absolutely crazy, and we had a number of problems trying to put him right. I said to the lady, let's pop him in the kitchen while we have a chat. Trying to get him into the kitchen was a story in itself. Every time I sort of shoved him in, he was back out again. Finally, I got him through the door, but my shoelace was under the door. So he had hold of my shoe and he kept sort of pulling my leg like this. I was trying to get away from him. Anyway, we had a chat, got the information across to the lady, and then at the end of the night I left her to it with lots of written reminders of what was to be done. I called her up a couple of days later and said, how are you getting on? And she said, oh, not very well. I said, really? That's a shame. I said, what have you done then since we met? She said, oh, well, when you'd gone, I sat him down and I read all of the information to him, but he's not listened. So people have some very strange ideas about what dogs are capable of.
But I'm sure you're doing fantastic work.
Thank you, I hope so, yeah.
And I believe you've picked out a very appropriate story, Jo,
I have, a doggy one,
the
yes.
Hull Daily Mail. What's the story?
This is a lady called Verity Adriana who has given up her job as a teacher to actually take photographs of dogs, and she's calling it the Hounds of Hull.
Okay.
And she's looking for people to send in stories of their dogs and any sort of nice characters or particular stories that they've got. She said it doesn't have to be a hard look tale, it's just information about the dog, and she's sort of highlighting nice pictures of them, really. So there's a few there in the Hull Daily Mail.
Let me just have a look, Jen. I can hold it up to the camera so our viewers can see. I quit my job as a teacher to snap the Hounds of Hull.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Again, a bit like yourself, following her passion.
That's it, yeah.
And a subject close to her heart.
Definitely, and she's asking for people to get in touch. Now, it doesn't say how to get in touch, that's the only thing, but I suspect the Hull Daily Mail could help with that.
Yes, or just type it into a search engine online.
Yes, probably.
And check it out
Verity Adriana.
Okay, and she's a local girl, is she?
I'm assuming so, looking at the article, yeah. So it's quite a nice
And
little
it says
story.
here the venture was inspired by a similar project in America called Humans of New York, and so far Verity has taken pictures of 12 pups whose owners live in Hull postcodes, which can be seen in the pictures.
Yeah.
Beautiful pictures
They
of
are,
our
and there's
canine
actually
friends.
one that's from Grimsby on there as well. So it's not, even though she's saying the dogs should live in Hull, I'm assuming that the people maybe move from Grimsby to Hull, but there is a Grimsby chap in there as well.
Yeah.
So some lovely
So all you need
dogs.
is a good camera and a good puppy.
And a good puppy. And what I'm pleased about is there are a number of staffies on there, and staffies seem to get a bad press, but she's actually saying that the staffies can be fantastic, and they can be. You know, people do give them a bad time really, but they're a lovely breed.
Yeah, they're a beautiful dog.
Yeah,
one of my
can
favourite
be.
breeds. Jo, what's your second story, sweetheart?
My second story is my alter ego, and my day job is that I actually work in private medical insurance. So I'm always interested in things that can help to cut down waiting lists for the NHS. And this is a new X-ray facility that's opened at Bransholme Centre in Hull. And it's suggesting really people often go to A&E when really they could go to just a minor injuries unit, and they could be seen quickly, no need for an appointment, and with this facility they can have an X-ray, so they can have a look at that. So that's helping people to get seen quickly, which obviously the NHS can struggle with waiting times.
And that would probably alleviate a lot of the pressure we see in A&E departments.
Yes, definitely.
Across the country. You know, our NHS staff do.
People do tend to go, they tend to go with silly things sometimes, don't they? And if it's a broken bone, for example, because that's an X-ray unit, why not go there rather than queuing at Hull Royal Infirmary or a similar place to that? You can go along to the minor injuries.
And I think the important message there, Jo, is just getting the word out there that there are other medical services within your local area.
Definitely, yeah.
Without, as I just said, putting too much pressure on the A&E departments.
Exactly, yeah. There is a minor injury unit in Beverley near where I live, and people are not always aware of these things.
And that service is launched now, is it? Is it
available right now, according to this? Yes.
Okay, fantastic, excellent, great stories. Jo, quickly from me, I've picked out a whole flurry of articles from across the county, but this one I thought was quite good. From Monday's Hull Daily Mail, White Frigate should be like York's Shambles.
Right.
The White Frigate's changed so much in recent years, hasn't it? And I do think it is very deprived now of a bit of hub and
and just
vibrancy.
I think that's it. It's all same old shops, isn't it? We see the same things in every town, in every city. It's the same shop, and there should be more independent places like there is in York, really. Yeah. And with the ruins at the end of White Frigate, it's very sort of history focused.
That's right, because the White Frigate potentially has a great opportunity to really revitalise that area.
Definitely.
And give it some much loved TLC. Jo, sorry it was short and sweet. Please come back soon. Thank you very much for being my guest this afternoon.
Thanks a lot, Luke. Nice to see you again.
Now here's Jack with all the sports news.
Hull FC and Wigan Warriors will contest a Challenge Cup final tomorrow afternoon at Wembley. Lee Radford's side will be hoping to win back-to-back Challenge Cups after triumphing in last year's final. Radford has made one change to his 19-man squad. Steve Michaels comes in for Jansen Turgut. The Challenge Cup final kicks off at 3. Football now, and Hull City face Bolton Wanderers this evening at the KCOM. The Tigers go into the game on the back of 2 successive league defeats, and Leonid Slutsky says the City support is serious motivation for the team and they must use their support tonight against Bolton. New signings John Terrell and Stephen Kingsley are available to make their debuts this evening. However, they'll be without Fraser Campbell and Kevin Stewart due to injury. Kick-off tonight is at 7:45. Scunthorpe United travel to Plymouth tomorrow in League One. The Iron are still unbeaten in the league after 2 draws and a win last time out against Oxford. Kevin Van Veen and Jordan Clark return to training this week, but tomorrow's game may be too soon for them to make their competitive return. Luke Williams, Johnny Margetts and Kyle Wootton are all ruled out for definite. Kick-off is tomorrow at 3. Grimsby Town will be looking to get back to winning ways with Wigan come to Blundell Park tomorrow. The Mariners are winless in 3 in all competitions and will be without Sam Jones and Ben Davies due to suspension. Scott Vernon will undergo a late fitness test to determine whether he'll be available for the visit of the Chairboys. Boss Russell Slade has been speaking to us ahead of the game and expects a tough game tomorrow.
Physical, powerful battle, very direct team, but they know what they're doing without a shadow of a doubt. So it'd be a tough battle, one where you've got to roll your sleeves up and not one for the faint-hearted.
North Ferriby United will be looking for another win tomorrow when they host Darlington in the National League North. Steve Howsham's side managed to get their first win of the season last time out, beating Blythe 1-0. Kick-off tomorrow is at 3 o'clock, and that's all for the sport.
Thanks very much, Jack. That's it for today. As always, if you have a news story you think we should be covering, then please visit our Facebook or Twitter pages. You can contact the news desk directly via email, news@estuary.tv, or phone our news desk on 01472315553. On Monday's programme, a City of Culture special. I'll be chatting to Hull 2017 director Martin Green, and a City of Culture bus tour with Alec Gill and Rob Robinson. Have a great bank holiday weekend. Until Monday, good afternoon.